Welcome to SRG Insights, where we answer your questions about sales, sales management, and sales training. Today's question is,
Ann Somi Edmondson, Executive Vice President Marketing, asked, in one of my past jobs, we churned through salespeople. There were always a reason they didn't work. I believe they just weren't hiring the right people. My question is, do you hire salespeople or do you hire skill sets?
I think it's a really great question, and I will acknowledge absolutely that hiring the right person isn't easy. And I think that when you have a job opening, let's say someone left their position or you're growing rapidly, there's often a tendency to move too quickly. Someone comes in, they interview really well, they seem like they have a good personality, they're likable, they're articulate, and you hire them. And then what happens? 6 months later, they're not meeting their sales goals, you're starting to get frustrated, maybe they have some other behaviors, coming to work late, or other things that are not boding well. And either that person quits because they're not successful, or even more painful, you have to let them go because they're just not getting the job done. And there's a lot of hidden costs there. It's not only frustrating, but there's your recruiting costs, so the time you spent to go out and find this person. There's a salary that you paid them. There's a lost opportunity because they weren't as productive as they needed to be. There's training costs involved. And there's also a lot of customer risk. It's very frustrating to a customer that's assigned a new salesperson only to find out now they're going to get yet another new salesperson. And that opens up opportunities for your competition. So hiring's never going to be an exact science, but what we found is creating a great job profile really helps you do a much better job of figuring out who you want to hire. And I know that a lot of people work off job descriptions, but a job description is very different than a job profile. So a job description describes what it is you're looking for that person to do. So you're describing the job and their sales function. Whereas the job profile really gets to who you're looking to hire. So what level of experience are you looking for? What kind of educational background? What kind of accomplishments? And to your question, what kind of skills? Are you looking for someone who's good at prospecting, someone who's really good at asking questions to identify needs, someone who can negotiate, someone who has really good closing skills? So skills are really important, but there's something that's typically missing. And what we really encourage people to look for are, what are the key competencies? What are those personal qualities that your top performers possess? Is it their motivation? Is it their integrity? Is it planning? Is it work ethic? And those are things that are difficult to really understand without doing a deeper interview. So really think about, as part of your job profile, in addition to the experience, education, skill set, what are those key attributes you're looking for? And then go and start using something we call STAR questions, and a lot of people use STAR questionings. STAR questions is an acronym. What's the situation? What's the task? What are the actions and what are the result? So think about, if someone says they're motivated, you really haven't learned a lot. Hopefully they are motivated. But you might say, well, Norman, why didn't you describe a situation where you had to demonstrate motivation? Oh, great. What were the tasks? Yeah, what actions did you take? What was the result? How did that work out for you? And what it has a tendency to do is to really now focus on those top attributes that you're looking for, slow down the interviewing, and see if someone really meets those criteria. And then against your total job profile, you can now start to compare your top 3 candidates. So we always recommend a minimum of at least 3 in-person interviews. Now you have a much more objective way to look at the experience, the education, the accomplishments, the skill set, and maybe most importantly, those personal qualities that they bring to the job. And we think that will result in a much better hire, never perfect, but certainly much better hiring than just kind of going out there and winging it and hiring someone based on personality.